What is up, YouTube? Update on the house. So I'm gonna get back into posting videos for you guys. It's been a struggle. Sold our other houses, so that means I'm homeless, which means I've kind of been in crunch mode, and the videos have kind of fallen by the wayside, just because we're temporarily renting an apartment. And anyway, long story. This is where we're at right now. Let me talk you through this real quick, just to give you guys, catch you guys up to speed, so that when we start from here, you know where we're going. We got decking delivered. This deck is going to wrap around here, but you guys already know that. But we got most of the insulation on the walls. Okay, so again, the system that we're building. Let me run you through foundation to where we're at right now for anyone who's tuning in. So we did pier and beam foundation. I can show you a little glimpse of this, a little screenshot of what it looked like before we built everything. So pier and beam foundation. The reason I chose pier and beam foundation, for those of you who are just joining us, is because it is easy to build a pier and beam foundation by yourself for the most part, and it's also a lot more giving when it comes to changing your plans. The example I used in my other video, talking about pier and beam versus slab, which I'll link that up in the whatever it's called, is I can build the entire foundation and then decide where my plumbing goes. Now, there are a few variables. You don't want to have your beam going right where you want a toilet. You don't want to have floor joists going right where you want your shower, because you want to make sure you can put your drain where you want. But for the most part, you have free reign over your entire house. If you want to move the kitchen sink like we did, we moved the kitchen sink 3 feet to the left. If I was on a slab, my plumbing would have already been in the slab, so therefore I wouldn't have been able to move. I sound like Daffy Duck here. I wouldn't have been able to move my sink because my plumbing is set in my concrete slab. So concrete slab, you pour it, your plumbing's already in there, your water's already in there, and you're kind of stuck with wherever you decided it would go. In this case, when we started with this portion of the house, we're like, hey, we're just gonna do a 40 by 20, and then we decided to add this whole other thing on. It's very easy with pier and beam. That's why I chose pier and beam, as well as I can insulate under my house for pier and beam, as well as just I can do it myself, and I've done it before, versus slab. I'm not a good concrete guy. So we started with pier and beam, then we did 2 by 10 floor joist, 16 inches on center. We did Advanced Tech 3/4 inch subfloor on top of that, and then we did 2 by 4 walls, 2 by 10 rafters due to the insulation value, and also the roof load that we have going on here. So I'm going to bring you guys around and show you. We have our roofing contractor here. I don't know what's with the guy we went with for roofing, but he has taken over 3 weeks to do this roof, which is not a big roof. It's actually a very small roof. But yeah, we're 3 weeks deep and he's still not done with the roof. So I don't know what's going on there. But we got a black metal roof going on the home. Still, he's got like this part and a little part in the back to finish. I don't know what's taking so long. Anyway, we zipped the home with Huber zip. We taped the seams to the roof to the walls. I framed this overhang after the fact, and I'll get up under here and show you what I did here. Under here, you can see, so I have my wall insulation. We'll start here. I have my wall insulation, which is 1.5 inches of polyiso. That's insulation. You can see here's a seam here. 1.5 inches of polyiso. And then I have Benjamin Obdyke Hydrogap SA behind that, which is what you see here. This stuff right here. Now this stuff, the reason this is here is because behind this insulation, you can kind of see here, behind this insulation, when this insulation is sucked tight to the wall, these little millimeter gaps will give water a place to exit if there were to have any water behind my insulation. I don't plan on having water behind my insulation, but if it happens, I'm ready for it. We're totally prepared. So with that, then I put these 3/4 inch by 4 inch, well, 3.5 inch, but 1 by 4 furring strips on here. This is what my siding is going to attach to. This is a secondary rain screen. So I have a rain screen behind my insulation, and I have a rain screen in front of my insulation, because I want to make sure my insulation can, 1, breathe, and 2, have water released from that area so it doesn't get moldy. So where am I? So insulation, so siding will go on top of here. Down here for my skirt, I'm going to use the Evolve stone, which we'll make a video about that here pretty shortly. And then obviously around my windows, they're actually double flashed, which was not on purpose, but it just happened that way. And then I'm going to have a 2x4 trim that will go inside of here, which will end up being level with this. and then that'll be my window trim because it's going to kick my window out a little bit. Oh yeah, and then my eaves. If you look up here, I don't know if I can zoom in with this, but if you look up here, my eave, you can see the 2 inches of polyiso. So we're gonna have flashing kick down from our roof. It's a weird detail, but I'll show you guys that when we get there. But if you look, there's insulation, there's inch. I only did an inch of insulation behind my, can you cut it out? Behind my eaves, because 1.5 inches was sticking me out a little too far. I didn't like the amount of security that I could get with that. So I did 1.5 inches. Maybe you can see it from here. You can kind of see silver. It's silver faced right there. 1.5 inch polyiso behind my rafter tails technically. And then the 1.5 inch goes up to that. I'm rambling here, but hopefully you're following. So that is what the exterior of this home is going to be. And then for the fascia board, we're doing PVC. We're doing a PVC board. That's going to be our fascia board. I just like it because it can't rot, it won't mold, and it's just pretty durable. Here's the back side of the house. We did pour this concrete. It's all muddy because it's a mess back here, but we did pour this concrete. We are getting ready to button up our DIY mini split. This is the evolve stone that's going on. And then this is our rainwater tank. You can see the rainwater's coming from this roof. And I put this up, it was raining. So I put this up in the rain because I'm like, okay, we just catch as much water as we can. We caught 200 gallons of water with like a 2-hour rain, which is pretty good. But we have this whole side of the roof to catch water off of. So all this water hits this roof kicks it to this, and this kicks it into our water tank. So that's where we're at right now with the build. So as of the next few videos I'm gonna be putting out there, there's going to be some rainwater videos about how we're collecting our rainwater. There's going to be some trim videos for exterior trim and interior trim. There's going to be some evolve stone videos on how we're installing this evolve stone, and just a bunch of videos, probably shorter videos, 2-3 minute videos of a lot of how-tos, DIY, stuff like that. But we are getting back on track with the YouTube channel, so I hope to see you guys here. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate you guys. If you want to keep watching my content, helps me out a lot, keeps me posting. Because when I post, when I spend 8 hours making a video and I get 40 views, it's, it tends to fall by the wayside because, as much as I enjoy doing it, for 40 views, it's less than priority for me. I still get around to it, but if I know that people are actually learning something and enjoying it, then I tend to kind of push it up the priority list. But anyway, guys, this is what the house is looking like so far. We are getting there. There's a lot of things that we still have to do, but it's moving along. I'm exhausted, but I'm trying to get in here before Christmas, so I gotta get back to work.